Exclusive practices in poultry products pricing. Perfect competition brings more benefits to the consumer than any other market model. For starters, there's perfect inelasticity in this model, which means products demand curve stays the same as the quantity increases or decreases. Basically, it's a horizontal line. Secondly, brands have zero power, which means they don't decide the price, so the prices aren't high, they are fair. Third, there are many brands to choose among their products, and each product is a perfect substitute, which means all products are equal, so there is no brand that has advantage. Between the years 2008 and 2009, the companies Bachoco, Pilgrim, San Antonio, Tyson, and Pollo de Querétaro fixed exchange intel and information and colluded to establish minimum market prices, so the chicken price would rise and they win extraordinary profits. Chicken is the principal source of protein for the Mexican market, with more than 50%. The calculated overprice of the chicken in that period of time was at least 32.4%, affecting the consumer surplus in a significant way. The demand for the chicken products will start decreasing over time as the consumer starts adapting to these non changing price items until they switch products or simply buy other alternatives, meaning that the supply of chicken will increase over time, making the chicken products exclusively for those depending on chicken or merely getting used to the unusual stable prices. The collusion of the big poultry companies generated at least an impact between 181 million and 230 million pesos to their favor, making this a profitable collusion, as the final penalty fee was around 132 million. In this graph, we can see that the consumer purchasing power decreased due to the price of the chicken meat that is kept increased, making other products start being more convenient for consumers. The main point in this graph is to notice that despite the chicken meat is still in a higher price, people react slowly, meaning that they won't focus on other products for the time. The COFECE fined the economic agents Bachoco, Pilgrim, San Antonio, Tyson, and Pollo de Querétaro, and the people involved with 132 million pesos, and it ordered them to stop these monopolistic practices. The study by the regulator detected that through 44 days between 2008 and 2009, the people involved exchanged information and colluded to have a minimum price in the chicken market. These actions annulled the competition process and prevented consumers from accessing lower prices and generated extraordinary profits for the colluded economic agents. The agency COFECE added. This matter has passed through courts and appeals, and to this day it hasn't been solved entirely. In products that Mexico isn't autosufficient, such as chicken meat, huge tariffs are charged from import. The COFECE recommended a series of changes to make the sources of external supply more efficient. One of those changes was that Mexico should reduce this quota in a unilateral manner to allow a great competition between the external suppliers and avoid to affect the capacity of consumption of the Mexicans, because most of the times it affects something that the Mexican society consumes in a significant manner, such as chicken meat. Another important point of this recommendation is that with these changes, concentrated market structures could be prevented. Finally, the reform to the Constitutional Article 28 addresses the competition and telecommunications matters, which refers about the sanctions to the monopolistic practices. The actions made by the poultry producers were absolute monopolistic practices because the collision was between more of two economic agents, benefiting the firms, not merely the consumers, which is the main objective of the COFECE.